Hi, I'm Diane Buckner. Coming out of the Venture Vault this week, the little railway that could.
Sell it to me.
And a toothpick war.
Suddenly they've got competition, and I don't think they had counted on that.
From 16 seasons of CBC's Venture, people who've contributed to the history of entrepreneurship in this country. Whatever happened to these characters and their dreams? Welcome to Venture Files. Most of us outgrow playing with trains, but not Alberta's Tom Payne, and he plays for real.
If you're out to make your mark on railway history, this might be a good place to start. At least, that's what Tom Payne is banking on. He's the founder and CEO of the Central Western Railway in Stettler, Alberta. It's one of a rare breed in Canada, the privately owned short-line railway. A CP train engineer for 11 years, Payne bought 5 used locomotives at a fire sale before he even owned a track. But it took 10 years, a few more investors, and some government help to buy 2 intersecting branch lines to run them on.
Just about Camrose to just about Drumheller, okay?
One from CN
Now,
and the second from CP.
is this one.
The CN line was losing money and about to be dumped, but Payne figured he could turn a profit where the Nationals couldn't.
I don't have as many people. There is a 12-mile railway up for sale in Nova Scotia. It has 56 employees.
Well, actually, about 25, but it makes a good story, especially when Payne runs his 240 miles with just 18.
Work extra 7438, this is CWR yard office, over.
A non-union shop, job descriptions are loose. Meet the office clerk. And here's a conductor turned errand boy headed for Home Hardware.
What's that? Oh, I just gotta get a bolt.
And forget the romance of the railway. These are meat and potato grain lines, shuttling grain cars at a lumbering 10 to 30 miles per hour between CN and CP main lines, and elevators in tiny rural towns, anywhere from Botha to Dinosaur Junction.
Dinosaur Junction, that's right, yeah. But it's actually got a town. There's stations out on the line like Pimlico that have a surveyed town and surveyed streets and no buildings.
But who ever ran a railway that didn't think big?
I don't know. Sell it to me.
At a time when CN and CP talk of dumping lines all across the country, Payne's corporate office in Edmonton is awash in plans to buy up even more track.
On that map, there is a lot of mileage that you just take the eraser and scrub it off.
The wheat board can't sell. No sales, no rail shipments. What's worse, no prospect for an upturn until next year's crop.
That is the railway line that we're bidding on in Quebec. This is the costing review thing that I've got to go to Winnipeg on. That goes to Chris. That's good for now. Thanks.
When your railway's costing you $5,000 a day just to sit there, and grain's still your only commodity, you can't afford to sit around and wait.
And we've done it. We just had to go through that exercise because traffic is off. We turned the budget down 60%.
Until traffic picks up, it's now a 3-day work week for all employees, a nix on office spending, and the entire track maintenance program has been put on hold. Remember that broken down locomotive?
I forgot all about that. There should be one there. Bingo.
There's no talk of fancy new parts today.
Heading for the scrap heap.
The lube oil cooler Payne got off this rusted hulk from the junk pile has just saved Central Western another $3,000. With all the cost-saving measures, the railway's cash break-even point is now a manageable 50 cars a week, down from 85. That keeps Central Western afloat and lets them make payments on their $4 million long-term debt. Traffic. That's what railways live and die by. Payne hits the rails again to wrestle up some more.
If you're approaching it romantically, you can go through a lot of hoping that it's going to be better. It's like Mr. Macabre, something's going to turn up tomorrow. If the railway doesn't have sufficient traffic to justify its existence, whether you're a romantic or not, the thing's going to go broke.
Payne's put together a traveling road show. This time it's not grain he's after, but that other big Canadian commodity, garbage. He's pulling a business car on loan from CP, a lounge car borrowed from a tourist excursion business for the overflow, And at the front, a demonstration garbage container car. 210 kilometers to the north, Edmonton's city dump is rapidly filling up.
No foreign answer!
As town after nearby town says, not in my backyard, city officials are desperate for a site. So, garbage by rail. Picture it. Over 400 tons a day in a steady supply, rain or shine, right down Payne's rail line. Preliminary research suggests the area's geology may be suitable for a landfill. And the town of Coronation sure could use the business. Payne has joined forces with Laidlaw, the waste disposal giant, and CP, who run the main line, and brought the whole dog and pony to town to test the local reaction.
The process we hope to have is a very open one where people can have a lively correspondence and conversation with the railway company. Yes, there will be some more jobs, 15 of them. Yes, there will be an increase in the tax base in the community. Yes, there will be a fee paid by the City of Edmonton.
But selling a proposal like this is a tricky business. Garbage by rail has never actually been done before anywhere in Canada. And everyone has to have a say, from Mrs. Watson's grade 4 class on up.
What about the burrowing owls that's almost extinct and all the other animals that make their homes in the ground? Are they going to be destroyed?
Which land have you specifically picked up in this area? Let's suppose that you find that there is some water pollution.
I think the only thing that I have to do is go to my lawyer and get a proper document drawn up and get a petition against this.
I phoned quite a few other small communities that have been targeted for Edmonton's solid waste. And they've told me about several studies.
Payne's been warned to expect some serious opposition from this woman.
Now that just makes me concerned about clay liners, as you can see, because as I said, I care about my community and about the long-term effects of this dump.
And if he hopes to disarm it, he'd better be quick.
My sense is that we really need a committee. Would you volunteer? Because this is the kind of informed questions that we'll need.
Yes, I will sit on a committee if I'm being asked to.
Thank you.
It'll be 2 years and $1 million spent before Payne and his partners can hope for a go-ahead on this venture.
Great things are happening. Afternoon sessions. Here we go. Throw her in the box. Throw her in the box.
That is, if it does survive county zoning, health unit approvals, provincial environment regulations, geological site testing, and of course the scrutiny of the good citizens of the town of Coronation.
So I think we gave it our very best shot for an opening process. And
is it possible to look at your map on that water deal? You know, like remember when you showed?
Oh yeah,
I'd just like to have
absolutely.
That
Yeah, sure. Come and take a booth.
But that's how things move in the railway business. Even the Transcontinental wasn't built in a day.
Oh dear, oh my back is getting sore.
But Payne's vision to become the Van Horn of the 21st century is still on track. He's now one of 2 final bidders on a rail line in Quebec, after negotiating with CN for a year and a half. And what drives Tom Payne?
Well, it makes money. You know, we're going to make some money. We are also, I think, preserving the infrastructure of our country. And I like living here. Thank you very much.
For Venture, I'm Nora Pratt.
Garbage did go to Coronation for about 2 years, but it wasn't from Edmonton. It was soil and grocery trash from BC's Lower Mainland. When the site was bought and developed, Payne abandoned that bit of track, but not his dream. He partnered with the Quebec Railway Corporation. He took over the Ottawa Valley Railway, and in 1997, after listing the company on the TSE, Payne purchased 3 more lines, becoming the 3rd largest railway in Canada. But in 1999, the company's stock price was low, and Rail America swooped in to take over Payne's little empire. Now Tom Payne is scheming again. He's battling with CN for the right to carry grain from Saskatchewan to BC under his new company's name, Ferroequus Railway.